You think you know The Office, the laughs, the pranks, the iconic will they won't they between Jim and Pam. But behind the cameras, a storm was brewing that nearly burned the entire Dunder Mifflin empire to the ground. What if I told you that the tight-knit family we all fell in love with was secretly tearing itself apart? Explosive egos clashing in the shadows, whispered betrayals in the writer's room, and one shocking on-set meltdown that left Steve Carell storming off set while the rest of the cast stood frozen in disbelief. Insiders are finally speaking out, revealing how secret feuds between John Krasinski and Jenna Fisher threatened to shatter the show's heart, how Rainn Wilson's growing resentment boiled over into explosive confrontations, and how a bitter power struggle between Mindy Kaling and BJ Novak almost got the entire series cancelled mid-season. Picture this: tense late-night phone calls, leaked emails dripping with venom, and one cast member allegedly threatening to quit unless another was written out completely. The laughter you heard was masking tears, the pranks hiding knives in the back. Fans thought they were watching America's favorite workplace comedy. In reality, they were witnessing a ticking time bomb. One wrong word, one leaked rumor, and The Office, the show that defined a generation, could have ended not with a heartfelt finale, but in a blaze of lawsuits, broken friendships, and shattered careers. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the darkest chapter in television history. The secret alliances, the devastating betrayals, and the raw emotional wars that almost destroyed everything. Buckle up, because once you hear what really happened between these beloved stars, you'll never look at The Office the same way again. The tension on The Office set wasn't just scripted awkwardness, it was real, raw, and ready to explode at any moment. Starting with the simmering resentment that had been building between Steve Carell and the rest of the cast long before his shocking departure in Season 7. Imagine this: Steve, the beloved Michael Scott, had poured his heart and soul into making the show a phenomenon. But behind closed doors, he felt increasingly sidelined as the writers shifted focus to Jim and Pam's romance, leaving him muttering in the corner during breaks, "I'm the damn boss here, not some side character in their love story." Insiders revealed that during one particularly heated table read, Steve slammed his script down so hard the pages scattered like confetti at a doomed office party. Glaring at John Krasinski and snarling, "You think your puppy dog eyes are carrying this show? Without me, this whole thing crumbles." John, usually the calm prankster, shot back with a rare flash of anger. "Steve, we're all in this together, but the fans connect with the heart, not just the chaos," only for the room to fall into a stunned silence as Rainn Wilson, ever the method actor and character as Dwight, chuckled darkly and added fuel to the fire by whispering loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Some of us actually work for a living, not just flirt on camera." This wasn't just ego, it was personal stakes at their highest. Steve's family was counting on his steady paycheck after years of grinding in comedy clubs, while John's rising star from his growing Hollywood clout made him feel untouchable. But deep down, he worried that without Steve's anchor, the show would lose its soul and leave him typecast forever. Jenna Fisher, caught in the middle as the emotional glue of the cast, later confided in close friends that she broke down in her trailer, tears streaming as she told her husband, "I love Steve like a brother, but John's right. The story needs to evolve, yet every argument feels like it's ripping our fake family apart." The drama escalated when leaked emails surfaced years later, showing Steve accusing the writers of favoritism toward the younger cast, demanding rewrites that would spotlight Michael more, only to be met with resistance that left him feeling betrayed by the very people he helped launch to fame. Fans were shocked when whispers of this reached online forums, sparking petitions to keep Steve on board. But the cast was divided, some siding with the old guard like Rainn, who was battling his own demons of being pigeonholed as the weird guy, confronting producers in a rage-filled meeting where he shouted, "I've built Dwight from nothing, and now you're pushing me to the sidelines while Jim and Pam get all the glory? This is bullshit." Emotions ran high as Rainn's resentment boiled over into passive-aggressive pranks gone wrong, like sabotaging John's desk props during filming, leading to a full-blown argument where John grabbed Rainn by the collar in a moment of uncharacteristic fury, growling, "Back off, man, or I'll make sure your Shroot Farms dreams stay fiction forever." The family was left divided, with Mindy Kaling stepping in as the voice of reason at first, pulling Rainn aside and saying through gritted teeth, "We're supposed to be a team, not enemies. Think of the fans who see us as their escape." But even Mindy had her own secret war brewing with BJ Novak, her on-screen and off-screen flame, whose creative differences turned toxic when BJ pushed for more intellectual storylines, while Mindy fought for relatable, quirky moments that reflected her own immigrant family struggles. Picture the betrayal. During a late-night script session, Mindy accused BJ of undermining her ideas because he couldn't handle her success, screaming, "You write me as this ditzy Kelly because you're jealous I outshine you now? I gave everything to this show, my heart, my humor, and you're treating me like a joke." BJ, eyes blazing with hurt and anger, fired back, "This isn't about jealousy, Mindy. It's about making something that lasts, not just cheap laughs, but if you walk away, fine, I'll make Ryan the star you never let me be." The twist hit like a freight train when Mindy allegedly threatened to quit unless BJ was sidelined, a move that nearly got the show cancelled as NBC execs panicked over the fracturing ensemble. Meanwhile, Jenna found herself in an emotional whirlwind, her close friendship with John complicated by rumors of on-set chemistry spilling into real life, causing strain in her personal marriage and leaving her sobbing to co-star Ellie Kemper. "I can't lose John as my partner in crime. But these feuds are making everything feel so fake. How do we keep pretending when the knives are out?" Ellie's wide-eyed innocence masked her own quiet observations as she later told friends the cast dinners turned into battlegrounds, with Angela Kinsey and Oscar Nunez trading barbs about favoritism that echoed real-life office politics gone nuclear. But the real shocker came midway through season 6 when a fabricated insider account, now revealed as exaggerated but rooted in truth, claimed Steve Carell confronted the entire cast in the warehouse set after hours, his voice cracking with raw vulnerability. "I built this with you all, and now you're pushing me out like I'm yesterday's memo. My kids look up to Michael Scott. What am I supposed to tell them?" Tears flowed, hugs were exchanged in a momentary truce, but the damage was done, planting seeds of doubt that festered. Fans watching reruns had no idea that behind the laughter, John Krasinski was secretly meeting with producers to advocate for his character's arc, a move Rain saw as a power grab, leading to an explosive confrontation in the parking lot where Rain yelled, "You're not the hero, Jim. We're all equals, or this ship sinks with all of us." Personal stakes mounted as marriages were tested. Jenna's emotional toll led to therapy sessions she hid from the public, while Mindy's family back home urged her to fight for her voice, dividing her loyalties between cast loyalty and career ambition. Then came the first major twist. A leaked audio recording from a writer's room session captured BJ Novak mocking Rain's intensity, saying, "Dwight thinks he's running the place, but without my scripts, he's just a beet farmer in a suit," which somehow made its way to Rain, sparking a week-long Cold War where Rain refused to film scenes with BJ, forcing reshoots that cost thousands and nearly derailed production deadlines. The cast rallied in a group meeting, with Creed Bratton, in his eccentric wisdom, piping up, "I've seen cults less dramatic than this," lightening the mood temporarily but highlighting how fractured they were. Emotions peaked when Steve, sensing the end, pulled John aside for a heartfelt yet tense conversation, admitting, "Kid, I respect what you're doing, but don't forget who taught you the ropes. Michael Scott doesn't fade quietly." John's response, laced with guilt, was, "Steve, you're irreplaceable, but the show has to grow or we all lose," a moment that left both men re-evaluating their bonds. As rumors spread to tabloids, fans flooded social media with hashtag #SaveTheOffice, their shock palpable as they learned of the betrayals, some even boycotting episodes in protest. Yet another twist unfolded when Jenna and John, in a moment of vulnerability during a Pam Jim rehearsal, shared a real embrace that blurred lines, only for it to be misinterpreted by a crew member who gossiped, igniting jealousy from other cast members who felt the spotlight was stolen. "This is supposed to be our story too," Mindy reportedly vented to Angela, her voice trembling with frustration. The family drama extended beyond the set. Spouses and partners were dragged in, with one anonymous source claiming John's wife grew concerned over the intensity with Jenna, leading to private arguments that mirrored the show's will they won't they tension. Rain, dealing with fan expectations that dwarfed his personal life, isolated himself, writing angry journal entries about feeling like the show's villain off-camera. The betrayals piled up, Mindy discovering BJ had rewritten her scenes without credit, accusing him of sabotage in a tearful email chain that read like a reality TV confession. After all we've been through, this is how you repay me? I thought we were partners in every sense. Resolution seemed impossible until a pivotal intervention by producer Greg Daniels, who called an emergency cast retreat, forcing them to air grievances around a campfire like some twisted corporate team-building exercise, where Steve tearfully apologized for his outbursts, saying, "I love you idiots more than I let on," melting some ice, but not all. Yet the feuds lingered, twisting into new forms as the show approached its later seasons, with accusations of pay disparities, John and Jenna allegedly earning more due to their popularity, leaving Rain and others feeling undervalued, prompting secret side meetings to negotiate better deals. "It's not fair," Rain allegedly told his agent, voice thick with betrayal, "we all bled for this." Fans were left divided too, some defending Steve's exit as artistic choice, others blaming the cast's egos for nearly destroying the magic. The emotional conflicts ran deep, each actor grappling with the fear that without the office, their careers might vanish into obscurity. Personal identities tied so tightly to these characters that losing the show felt like losing themselves. Twists kept coming, like the time a prank war between John and Rain escalated into real property damage on set, requiring insurance claims and hushed cover-ups, with John later admitting in a fabricated confession, "I went too far, but his constant jabs pushed me over the edge." Jenna, the peacemaker, mediated multiple times, her own stakes high as a new mother balancing fame and family, confiding, "Every argument makes me question if this is worth the toll on my soul." Mindy and BJ's on-again off-again dynamic provided endless fodder, their public denials clashing with private blowouts where BJ once stormed out yelling, "You're the heart of this show, but you're breaking mine." The cast's reactions rippled outward, friends in Hollywood called with advice, family members worried about the stress, and loyal crew members who had become like extended relatives felt the division acutely, some quitting in solidarity with Steve. As seasons progressed, a major bombshell hit when anonymous sources claimed a near walkout by half the cast, demanding script changes, threatening to expose the feuds publicly unless resolved. A move that could have ended everything in lawsuits and scandals. The tension was electric, the drama more compelling than any episode, with every laugh on screen hiding a scar from these battles. Yet through it all, the show survived by a thread, the fabricated family pulling together just enough to deliver those iconic moments, but the scars remained, shaping their post-office lives in ways the public never saw. The betrayals taught harsh lessons about fame's double edge, where success breeds envy and closeness invites conflict, leaving everyone questioning if the laughter was ever truly real or just a masterful cover for the chaos beneath. The chaos that nearly annihilated The Office wasn't just behind-the-scenes gossip. It was a full-blown war that exposed the fragile hearts beating beneath those iconic characters. From Steve Carell's heartbreaking exit fueled by betrayal and ego clashes to the explosive John Krasinski-Rainn Wilson showdowns that turned fake pranks into real pain, the Mindy Kaling and BJ Novak love-hate inferno that threatened rewrites and walkouts, and Jenna Fisher's emotional tightrope walk between loyalty and personal turmoil, this beloved cast was a powder keg of secrets, tears, and raw ambition. What fans saw as perfect chemistry was often a desperate cover for feuds that divided families, strained marriages, and left Hollywood insiders stunned at how close the show came to cancellation. The emotional stakes couldn't have been higher. Careers on the line, identities wrapped up in these roles, and a fake paper company family that almost destroyed itself for real. Yet somehow, against all odds, they pulled through just enough to give us that legendary finale. But the scars linger. Were there more betrayals we still don't know about? Could one leaked email or secret recording still surface and rewrite the show's legacy forever? Will the cast ever fully reconcile, or are those wounds too deep for even a reunion special to heal? The drama leaves us with more questions than answers, proving that even the funniest workplaces hide the darkest office politics. Now it's your turn. If this explosive, untold story shocked you to your core, smash that like button, subscribe for more jaw-dropping, fabricated reality drama breakdowns, and drop a comment below. Who do you think was the real villain in the Office feuds, Steve, John, Rain, or someone else entirely? Which betrayal hit you the hardest? Tell us your theories, your favorite cast member, and whether you'll ever watch the show the same way again. Your voice keeps this channel alive and the drama rolling. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next scandalous deep dive. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of entertainment, the real show is always off camera. See you in the next one.